Hey guys, so today I'm bringing y'all a pretty fun deck. It's not the most competitive, but it's definitely fun. It's a Shaddoll for hire deck. So let's hop into the profile. So any of y'all that have played for hire before know that there are two different type of for hire monsters. There are the monsters that have an effect that can special summon another for hire, and there's another type of monster that after their special summon, they trigger an effect. And then they also have another effect that they can use to respond basically to card effects. So we'll start off with the for hire monster. We're playing triple beat for hire, triple philo, triple donpa, triple seal, double only 2 bravo, and only 1 recon. So basically, these for hire monsters here, their effects are to special summon another for hire monster from your hand after once they're on their field. Once they're on the field, excuse me. And so I run this number because you generally want to be able to see 2 at the very least. And basically the more that you see, the more special summons you can get in. And so for the rest of the for hire monsters, we run triple Raphael, big boy, and only 1 whiz. And so their effects, Raphael, when he's special summoned, you can mill the top of your deck for however many other for hire monsters you have on board, and then you can add 1 of those to your hand, which is a pretty special effect. And Wiz, she's not quite the best, but you really want to, at least not for what I'm trying to do here. But the both of them also, they have a negate effect where you can discard a for hire monster, a for hire card, excuse me. And then you can negate either a spell and trap, or a monster effect. So the next part of this profile is basically what makes it a going second. Beat your opponent, just punch them until it's over. And this is what really starts that off. So we run 2 kaijus. Your choice of kaiju doesn't really matter the most. It's just kaijus. You need their kaiju effect basically. They get rid of troublesome monsters just by tribute, and it's just pretty useful. Next we run the 1 Pankratops Pinky, my boy. He's pretty useful. You all know his effect. Double Tenyi Spirit Vashuda. Pretty nice card when you run the link. We run 2 Nibiru. Nibiru is just really good in the format, and so Nibiru, he takes bodies. He puts in work, takes bodies, and does his job. The next part of the profile is my small but useful Shaddoll engine. And so I know you see the title of the video, Shaddoll for hire. That's doesn't really seem to be the most compatible, but with this small package, it just adds an extra boost to what you can do. So we run a Shaddoll Dragon and a Shaddoll Beast, as well as I run triple Shaddoll Fusion. However, I can't find my 3rd Shaddoll Fusion, so I'll just use that as my proxy there. And so why do we run the Shaddoll package? So we can easily make our Shaddoll Constrict and Winda. They're very useful there, They're very useful, and they put in work in many ways. Winda locking your opponent out of their special summons, which can really end combos, as well as El Shaddoll Constrict, just swinging over monsters without even having to get her attack up, just sending them to the graveyard. And with Shaddoll Fusion, when your opponent has extra deck monsters, you can use the Shaddoll Fusion to send a Shaddoll monster and either a light or a dark, depending on which Shaddoll monster you're going for. And so if you do that, you can either send the Raphael to the graveyard, and you can send multiple cards, but Raphael is one that you like to go for, because if you can do that, you can just add him right back or special summon him off of more for higher effects like Philo. You could special summon that back with Philo. Or I believe it's Dampa. No, not Dampa, excuse me. Your seal, you can add it right back to your hand. Special summon the seal, use the seal when you special summon another for hire to add him back to the hand from the graveyard. And so those effects go pretty well together. And so continuing with our spells, we have one Rhoda in order to search for your beat. Bladesman for hire, he's a warrior, and so you can add that off of Rhoda, just because beat is he's the main for hire when it comes to just comboing. You can add a for hire from your deck with him when you special summon another for hire, which is pretty useful. We also run the one Monster Reborn. Because you use Monster Reborn, you can special summon a monster back onto your field, preferably a for hire, and then you can, off of that effect, special summon another from hand, or you can trigger other for hires effects. It's very useful. And that's the end of the pretty basic spell traps that we run. The rest are basically stop your opponent or break their board. So we run the 2 Super Polymerization, the 2 Forbidden Chalice, which you could replace with Imperm. I have Imperm, I just prefer Forbidden Chalice in the deck, you know? It's just a useful card. And we also have Double or Nothing for our cheesy wins. So you go into them a good bit, but it's just a cheesy win with your Utopia Double that we all love. The last spells and traps that we run in here, well, just spells here, but we run the Double Mayhem for hire. That basically special summons a for hire back from your graveyard. Basically another monster. And now for our extra deck, I'll go through this pretty quickly. As I already showed y'all, we run the El Shaddoll Constrict, the El Shaddoll Winda, and our other archetype extra deck monster, we have the 1 Folgo, Justice for hire. We have the 1 Monk of the Tenyi for your Vishuddha. So basically, here's how it works. You will take your Vishuddha when your opponent has when you control no effect monsters. You can special summon the Vishuddha. And then you can link 1 that for your Monk of the Tenyi. And then your Vishuddha in the graveyard has the effect that you can banish it. And then you can, you can target one card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. That's a pretty useful effect, pretty nice. That's basically what I run because old Panky Boy is at 1, right? And so continuing, we run, of course, your Utopia and your Utopia Double for your nice cheesy Utopia Double dubs. And then the rest you run a Starving Venom for your Super Polymerization, Nightmare Cerberus, a Nightmare Phoenix, and a Nightmare Unicorn. Then you also run your Boral Load and Boral Sword Dragon. And these last 3, I just basically call them my going first cards. When I'm just stuck into going first and I can't use my side deck, I'll just go into either you have your Hope Harbinger there, you also have your Abyss Dweller and your Apollosa because it's just pretty easy to spam out. And that will conclude this deck profile. Of course, before I finish, when you're using your side deck or when you're picking cards for your side deck, always choose some cards that you can just use going first, just some cheesy stuff, because this deck isn't the most powerful. It's obviously going second deck. So you want to actually have that chance to win, even if you have to go first. And so thank you for watching the video. I'll of course be posting some more sometime soon. We'll see, still looking for ideas. Comment any deck profiles that you want to see in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video or if you like my content. Thank you, and have a nice day.